Universe's #1 consciously expanding, enlightening talk show with your host, Deidre Howard. It's safe for you to be powerful now. Thank you for listening to Epiphany.
It is safe for you to be powerful now. Wow. That was like 5 years ago. Man, you guys, you get to start exercising your right to create, because I actually feel that if you don't create, somebody's going to create your world for you, and you're going to be like, how did I even get here? That's because you weren't creating and somebody else was. So, don't get mad at somebody else. They, pulling you around. I used to always say I was a drug baby. It was, oh my God, you were a drug baby. I was drugged to church. I was drugged to Bible study. I was drugged to choir rehearsal, Sunday school. Yeah, I was a drug baby. We're going to bring back our guest, Camille Lyles. And Camille, you're back.
Yes, it's Camille James.
Oh, you know what? Listen to you guys. Let me just tell you something. This is so good. It's like delicious. Me and Camille go way back, all the way to Memphis, Tennessee. We used to do spiritual foot washings together, worked in the same salon, and did a whole lot of spiritual work together. Then we moved to Phoenix together, California, hung out with the Hebrew Israelites, and then we moved to Phoenix together. And now we moved to Phoenix. She was my best friend. I always told everybody she was my sister, and she is my sister, and she is my god sister. My dad's her godfather. That's the gospel. So then we're in Phoenix, and she meets my cousin, Andrew. Aaron. Andrew's on the line right now. Andrew's my babe. He's just talked earlier. My cousin Aaron James. And she's like, James, my last name is James. Camille James. She's really in the family for real. So can't anybody be like, she ain't really your cousin. Yes, she is. She really is my cousin. But I wanted to say something else about, the radio show. I was always saying, she's like the technology queen. She's been on our show over and over again since, when it first started out. Because she's an angelologist also, as well as a nutritionalist, and she's using her knowledge of food to heal bodies left and right, and it's really just magnificent, the work that she's doing on the planet globally, but also in different cities and states. And I was like, I need to start a radio show. My major was journalism and communication in college, and she was like, I'm so sick and tired of you saying you want to start, just where's your computer at? And she set me up 5 years ago on Blog Talk Radio. What do you want to call your show? Epiphany. So she's the one that took the show up. It wasn't for her, there would be no show. I appreciate you, and I've been loyal to it too.
I see. I'm every time I see your broadcast, I think, wow. To plant a seed is easy. But to go through all the seasons and season after season, year after year, now that's an accomplishment. And I'm proud of you. I'm just amazed at what you've done with the show. When people say, well, I want to do this, well, then let's do it.
That's right. Let's do it. People say they want to write. I'm like, right.
And that's the plane that we're in right now. And that's what I try to explain to people. Be careful of your thoughts. If you say, oh, I'm sick, or, oh, that's exactly what you're going to be real fast. If you say that, I wonder what it would be like to, to fly here or to be there, then you're going to manifest that really fast right now. So it's important to think about your thoughts and your feelings, but also plan, create. I can't say that word enough. Create. Because this is the perfect opportunity. Because now you're elevating, whether you want to or not, you're elevating. Because the earth is elevating. And whatever she's doing, we're doing. Because there's no difference. There's no separation. We are the earth. We are her children. And so whether you want to ascend or not, you're going to ascend. So if you ascend in darkness or in fear, then you're going to probably self-destruct. And that's what you're seeing on the news right now, a lot of people self-destructing. And for those that are open to the change and ready to ascend, they're going to get to places they never thought possible really fast. And that's why it's such a beautiful time. And so that's why today I see a lot of sarcasm on social media and the news talking about, oh, the world in the end, we're still here. Well, the world did end. The old way ended, and we're entering into a new way. So a lot of things are happening right before our eyes.
You actually came on the show and said everything I already said before you got here. You did word for word, not word for word, but you did your own little spin to it. But it was the exact same thing I just said. You said everything I said. She just came back and without any solicitation said the same thing. Yes, I agree. But I'm doing the production, so you guys that are in Los Angeles, California, come out to the production. It's a Christmas production, and it's with the young adults and the African dance, and it's going to be the bomb. So it's going to be this Sunday at 3 o'clock. So go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Deidre, Deidre, Hawthorne, Hathor, and you'll see the address to where you can be and all that kind of stuff. And when you get there, tell me hi. Now, that being said, with the production, I got it like late, so I'm like behind the 8 ball trying to get everything done according to my standards. We could have done a little charitable thing, and they said, that's so cute, the kids did great. But then I want to do something to make everybody be like, wow. So that being said, I needed a seamstress. So I was like, oh, I need a seamstress. I need somebody to sew these banners. I need somebody to sew these outfits. I need some help. As soon as I said that, the lady walked through the door, and she was like, I don't want to act or dance. I just want to just sew stuff. I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You said fast. It is fast. And then yesterday.
It is. You're right. And just, especially when you do it casually. You know, when you're trying to set your intent like, yeah, I want to be Bill Gates or I want to be, Steve Jobs. Yeah, of course, it's going to take a little longer because it's to the extent of what you believe will happen.
Right.
But when we think about something casually, because we say, yeah, that's possible. In the back of our mind, we think, yeah, that's possible. And so that's beautiful, Dee. I told you that's where your gift is, right? It's with the kids. You have that wonderful saying. What was it about the goat?
Ago.
Yes, the goat. The children love you. They always have and they always will. And right now they're so important. You know why? Because they're getting taken advantage of right now. And I hope everyone understands this. With this whole Newton massacre. It's just another mark in time that is going to establish a new order. 911, it was that chaos that happened that marked a point in history that changed everything for us. So they used a chaotic situation to come in and take away more and more of our rights. Our right to create, our right as individuals, and our rights as creators. And so now a new mark in history has been put into place through this new massacre with these children, and that's how they have gripped us through the fear of losing our children. So in exchange for our safety and the safety of our children, we're going to give up more and more of our rights. So I want you guys to know and understand what's happening. This is a very, very important time in history today and over the past week, because now you're going to hear on the news, they're going to say things like, we need armed gunmen in schools. You're going to hear them say, we need it in grocery stores. We need it on your streets. We need to inflict curfews. We need to do it with your food. And, hey, take these pills. Give them to your kids. Don't think for yourself.
Vaccination.
Let us handle that.
Vaccination.
That's right, vaccination. All of these things are happening as a way because they know that people are waking up. And so they need a way to silence this. And so they're going to use this Newton massacre as an excuse to lock down the minds of people. So be aware. Watch it, guys. Watch what's going on.
You got the GMOs.
Oh, genetically modified. That's been going on a long time. We're talking about 20-something years. You know, I wasn't even aware about GMOs until I went to Europe. And when I lived there, they had already banned it. They were like, we don't want your U.S. GMO food. And I'm like, what is a GMO food? And then when I started tasting what real chicken tastes like, what real wine and real bread and cheese, and I was like, why is this so weird? It was like, because it's real meat. You've been eating clone meat for over 25 years. I mean, what do you mean I've been eating clone meat? They're like, the United States has been serving clone meat for 20-something years, and they've never had to label it. But they said here in Europe, we don't allow that. And I was just so dumbfounded. I was just like, wow, we're we're sleepers.
Program.
Yes, we're sleepers. And the world uses the United States as a big guinea pig lab. They use us to test products, to test food, to test pharmaceuticals, because there's no rules and regulations. And we think we're so, we're so protected.
Fluoride in the water.
FDA. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, if they only knew. But there are ways that you can, protect yourself. You can do things like learn how to grow your own food. Say no to prescription drugs. Say no when they tell you they want to vaccinate your children. Drink more water. Meditate. Exercise. Let go of the drama. Let go of the attachments to material things. Because all those things are going to leave us very soon. We got to get back to that community consciousness. We got to get back to Earth. Earth is going to shake us up. And we're going to have to depend on the land. So if you don't even know how to identify herbs, what's healthy, what's poisonous, it's going to be hard for a lot of people very soon.
Well,
it's about to get worse.
Well, let's start with your book. Tell us a little bit about your book, and tell us a little bit about Happy Temple, and if anybody wants to know how they can reach you.
Yes, the Happy Temple. The Happy Temple that's where our bodies are. Our bodies are just a house for our more precious part of ourselves. It's a house for our authentic self. So we have to take care of this house. And we can do that with food. And right now, food has been the culprit to so many lives. But with the Happy Temple, and what I do is show people how to change their perspective about food and see it as medicine. That you can use medicine to heal yourself. That you can use food to help you deal with stress. When for so long it's been just the opposite. People have used food to deal with their stress in ways which causes more stress and more death. But I show others how to use food to heal, how to let go of stress, and how to renew and rejuvenate. So I have a book called Juice for Life. And I say that because juicing is a way to introduce life into the system. The more your colon and your digestive system is protected, the stronger your force field is. That's what the immune system is for, not just for fighting bacteria and viruses, but the immune system is the force field that vibrates around you. This keeps negativity away from you. It helps you manifest better. And guess where this force field resides? It's in your gut. It's in your digestive system. So basically what you're eating is either helping you, protect you, or it's either killing and hurting you. So when we juice for life, we bring life back into the system. And what does life do? Life rejects death. So if you have a situation or something going on in your life that has become stagnated or that is dying, you can change your life by just introducing life into the situation, into your body. And we do that with certain foods. Certain foods have higher vibrations. And so through Juice for Life, I give you 7 recipes. It's a challenge. It's asking you to juice 1 time per day. And I promise you, your life will change in 1 week. It'll change in one day, because guess what? It only takes 3 to 5 minutes to hit your bloodstream. And every 4 ounces of pure liquefied nutrition is like eating 8 pounds of vegetables. So every morning, me and my granddaughter, we drink more vegetables than most people eat in a month. We do that every morning.
Me too.
And so it is awesome. And so now when people are sick and they're talking about these colds and these viruses and the pestilence that's roaming around, that is never even a thought to me, because my immune system is so strong that nothing can penetrate it right now. Not to say that I don't get sick, because, yes, I do get my challenges, and they keep me humble so that I can stay compassionate about helping others. But I know how to quickly rejuvenate and renew my body. So there's no diagnosis they can give me that scares me, because I'm like, okay, I can fix that. Give me 2 weeks. So,
yeah, thanks for telling me so I know which way to go.
Yes, exactly. So, that is what Juice for Life in the Happy Temple is all about. There are videos, there are recipes. I don't just talk about the body. Sometimes I get spiritual. Sometimes I get mental. And that's because I'm dealing with the whole self, and that's what holistic means. So if anyone's listening, you're a light worker, you're a healer, please keep doing what you're doing, because the world needs a healing right now. We all need a healing. So, Dee, stay in your seat. And any other light worker that's out there, stay in your seat. Everything that you have suffered and sacrificed to do through your passion of holistic healing is all going to come into play. You're going to understand now why you had to do all the things you had to do. Like me and Dee, we worked with the Israelites at the Soul Vegetarian, and we cut up more potatoes and cut more kale than the law allowed.
We were vegan.
Now,
we were vegan.
Yes, we were vegan.
We were vegan, and we ate one day raw. So
yes, we did. And then we learned to fast, and then eventually it led me to fasting. And so every little step that we took, even through our learning at the California Bible College, that served a purpose. Every piece, every chapter is now falling into place, and we're understanding why we had to do those things. So
exactly. And then think about it, when we had the I remember Camille used to, my name was Imuna, which means one of great faith. Remember that? It's Imuna. Yes. You ain't supposed to be doing that. I was like, everybody had to have their day of cooking, and everything was vegan. So my day, being that I'm not a major cook, would be sandwiches. Everybody knew they was getting sandwiches. They were going to get some vegan lunch meat, some vegan eggs, and some holistic organic bread. And Camille would cook her butt off, so she would make tofu, chicken nuggets, or whatever. Chicken nuggets one day, chicken the next day. They was all tofu. And we used to say, woo, this tastes just like chicken. And then Sar, who was the minister leader for the Hebrew Israelites, said, don't say that. We're getting away from the conscience of chicken. If you keep saying it tastes like chicken, then you're going to be thinking chicken. Your body's going to respond like it's eating chicken, and it's not going to help you. It's not like you're being vegan. We're like, oh, okay. But it did taste like chicken, though. But we ain't going to say that no more. We're going to say, this is good food, Camille. Thank you.
Oh, that was fun.
Man, it was crazy because we used to smoke, too. And we used to think nobody knew. And who was that, Phoenix, who said, my cousin said, people who smoke think nobody can't tell they smoke because they put perfume on and have a mint in their mouth. And we used to say, it was a skunk. A skunk passed us. That wasn't cigarette smoke. And thank God we don't smoke now. You guys, if you're listening, I see you are in the, you're on the board. If you want to say something, raise your hand by pressing 1. Otherwise, I'm not going to click on you because unless I really know who you are and I want you to say something, I'm not going to click on you unless you raise your hand and press 1. But we do appreciate you. So, Camille, your book is available through ebook and through hard copy. Is that correct?
Yeah, right now it's just in the ebook, and it's available on Amazon Kindle and through the website. So you can go to www.thehappytemple.com, or you can go to Amazon and you can download it to your Kindle. And it's also on iBooks. So if you go to iTunes or go through iBooks app, you can find it there.
Sounds like a plan. Also, what do you think about us going through? What do you think we should do for 2013? About like our plan. You already talked about how we should eat right and how our spoken word and thoughts. What do you think we should do about like planning for our future? I mean, this is like any kind of. It's the end of. We obviously are not dead because we're still here. So,
right, I would say start investing.
So fast.
Right, definitely start investing in holistic health. See a natural chiropractor, see a naturopath, see a massage therapist. Find ways, introduce yourself to yoga, Pilates, whichever way to release that energy that you're going to be getting a lot of, whether it be through, your eating habits or whatever. But create big. Think of the most grandiose vision you can come up with, and then allow the details to just show up. And when they do, recognize them and grab hold to them. But the main thing would be is to let go of any, addiction to prescription drugs, things that are mind-altering, so that you can be clear in your thinking. And that's not easy. So that's what I mean. There are facilities and there are practitioners that can help you to wean yourself from these prescription drugs.
What about two things? One, disease. What is disease?
When the mind is not at ease. And so it tells the body to form a disease. So like if you're dealing with diabetes, then you're dealing with the disease of sugar, not being sweet enough to yourself. If you got a broken heart, you're going to have cardiovascular disease because it's dealing with the heart. You use sex as a weapon, you're going to be dealing with STDs. So each one of the diseases that we manifest normally comes through an action or a thought that we have or that we're not dealing with.
Well, preach, sister. So when we're talking about people, you were talking about how things will be manifest really, really fast. What does a person do when they're around people that are like spiritual vampires or they're toxic? How does somebody deal with that? Because they're trying to work on themselves and change the world. How do they deal with somebody that's in their world, like a coworker or a husband or a wife or a child? How does somebody deal with toxic situations or spiritual vampires?
You got to just know how much energy you're willing to allocate to them so that you're not one of those types that want to fix everything and everybody. That's a tough one. When we're givers, I'm guilty of that sometimes, but we'll tend to give away everything, and so now we're empty. So the best thing is to do is know up front how much you're willing to give and give that freely. But when you reach your limit, then you have to know when to step back. So it's like, okay, your 15 minutes of fame are up, even when it comes to the people closest to you. And, so you give what you can and what you're willing to do, but know your limit.
That's great. So, Camille, how does somebody go about beginning? What's the first thing they should do when they decide they want to change their eating habits?
First thing they should do is learn about what things they love the most that are most detrimental. So first one is definitely going to be cow's milk. So you got to learn to find substitutes. But I would say in the beginning, the most easiest thing, and this is the first challenge I put everyone on, and that's just learning how to get up every morning for 7 days and drink a hot cup of water and squeeze a half a lemon in it. And so a lot of people won't do it because they think, oh, that's just too simple. That can't be it. I'm like, it really is. Hot cup of water, squeeze a half a lemon in it every morning.
Before you do anything else?
Before you do anything else.
Before you put anything else in your system?
Yes.
Okay. And your book is called Juice for Life, so they need a specific juicer, or can they just use a blender?
Well, yeah, I mean, my thing is try whatever you can do. Blending is probably, but nowadays it used to be that juicers were really expensive. They're not anymore. I saw one at GNC for $40. That was on sale for the holidays. What you're looking for is one that is at least 700 watts with a big mouth on it. When I say a big mouth, that means a big opening where you put your fruit and vegetables. You want a big mouth because you want to do the least amount of cutting and chopping. You want at least 700 watts because the higher the wattage, the more juice you're going to get. But let's say you don't have that and all you have is a juicer or a NutriBullet or a Vitamix. That's good, too, because you're getting the fiber, from the pulp. So however you can get life in your system, I say do it. I juice and blend, both. I have one of my latest videos is all about juicing and blending. What's better? And my answer is both. So I don't say there's one better than the other. You need to do both. But juicing, if you were to ask me what do I prefer, I say juicing.
Okay. So you guys, I've been juicing since July 7th, 2012, and I lost 60 pounds since then. Well, yeah, give and take, probably more than 60, I don't know, but I know it's in 60 because I went to the doctors and I saw. So, and I didn't majorly change my eating habits except for 8 glasses of water being a must, 100%, and cutting back on any kind of white wheat, any kind of white anything, white rice, any of those kind of things, and cutting back on the carbs and eat more fruits and vegetables. But if somebody gets your book, they order your book right now, what information will they get in your book? What do you have in your book?
Well, you have the 7-day challenge for one. That's going to be the 7 recipes. And then you're going to get information like the FAQ. That's probably one of the best parts of the book to me because it gives you, it's a question, it goes over all of the most frequently asked questions about juicing. Not only that, but it talks about the spiritual aspect of juicing. And that's something I haven't seen in a lot of the books out. They always talk about the health benefits to the body, but I've never seen anyone actually talk about how does juicing help you spiritually. And that's what's in the book as well. How to use the coordinating colors with emotions so that you choose pertaining. Because, when they ask me about, Camille, give me recipes, it's not about the recipes. I give you enough recipes to finally wake up that part of you that'll start having you crave certain fruits and vegetables. So you'll wake up one morning and say, wow, I really need carrots today. So, I really need oranges, and that way you're getting what you're supposed to be getting because your body is going to lead you. Because, like I said, there's a bigger function to juicing than just getting nutrients in your body. It's about waking up that intuitive and that authentic self that's going to tell you what it is you need, not just nutritionally, but spiritually and mentally. Okay, so I want to, I think we got like 10 minutes, so I think we have, when you came on, the show was over in 3 minutes after the meditation, so I wanted to get your information in since you're so busy, and that's a blessing, and I want to make sure that we take advantage of having you in our field and our presence. I'm honored that we are walking on this earth at this time together. It makes me so happy. I wanted you to know that I appreciate your existence. So when we're going to go real fast with questions. You can take your time with the questions, but when I come back, I'm going to ask you about clutter. I'm going to
ask you about fertility. Hold on, we're going to do station identification.
The universe's #1 consciously expanding, enlightening talk show with your host, Deidre Howard. It's safe for you to be powerful now. Thank you for listening to Epiphany.
We also have guests with us, holistic practitioner, nutritionalist, my friend. She's my best friend, my best girlfriend, an angelologist, founder of The Happy Temple, and author of Juice for Life, and author of Universal Promises, the practical prayer guide on how to access uni-versal power using the Book of Psalms. I had to add that because that book is really, really good, and it's also an e-book. You guys should contact her and get some of this information. We digested it and spit it out. We've been through it, so you ain't got to go through it and make life a lot easier for you to evolve. And we're talking about the 2012 shift, manifesting and creating the world that you choose to live in, founded on the scripture that Jesus said that greater work shall you do than me. And it's all because of our belief system, knowing that thoughts are things according to the scripture, so man thinketh, so is he. And we can go into those who are Buddhist and Hindu. Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see. And if you don't even want to go anything spiritual or religious, we'll just go to Michael Jackson, the greatest pop singer, the greatest entertainer ever. And he said, let's start with the man in the mirror. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm gonna make a change. I forgot the words, but he said I'm starting with the man in the mirror. So let's all do that, being that you guys are a reflection of me, and what a wonderful reflection you are, and that I'm a reflection of you, and that this moment, if you're here listening to the sound of my voice, you're supposed to. Why? How do I know? Because you are. You can't unring the bell. It's already been done a second ago. You were here, and you're still here now. So it's a divine appointment that we've had all collectively made and arranged for ourselves to give and get the information that we needed now. So we're going to go back to Dr. Camille James. I keep calling her Lyles. It's like everybody keeps calling me Chapman or Crawford or Tudiyaya or Howard. Like, what is your last name? I can do Camille Lyles Akbari. She's Camille James, everyone. James. I know her husband's listening, who's my cousin. He probably thinking, you better get it right.
That's right. That's right.
Camille James. Tell Aaron I said hi and I love him.
I will.
Okay. So go ahead. We're going to talk about clutter.
You said clutter?
Mm-hmm.
No. That's, I guess, the difference between being mindful and having a mind that's full. So for those that have a mind that's full, produce clutter, because it's just a manifestation of their thoughts, their mind. So that's what they mean by cleanliness is next to godliness, because when you've gotten rid of clutter, now you're mindful and you're at a state of peace. You can think clearly. So one of the things we do in our 30-day feel-good challenge, one of the challenges is to go clean out a closet, a drawer, whatever it may be, and then take those things that haven't been used within a year and give them away. Because if you're working with a state of lack, thinking that you're going to lose out, or a state of lack, then you hold on to things. And eventually these things just make the mind full, and you stop being mindful. So there's a big difference. When you got a mind that's full, you can't manifest. I mean, it's like you can't pour new water in a cup that's already full. So you have to release and let go. Most of the things that we have heart, that I remember I used to collect books. It used to be my big thing, books. And then I moved, and then I didn't have them anymore. I was sick. And finally my spirit just let me know all those words, they were just to remind you of what you already knew. Why are you tripping? Let those books go. And so,
yep.
After
Point
that,
well taken.
Yes.
Okay, let's do the fertility, and then that's going to be it.
So on what part? I mean, that's a big subject.
Like basically, if someone wants to get in contact with you, can you do private sessions with them until they reach their goal?
Yes, I do. So if they want to start out just to see what it's like, I usually ask people to join the 30-day Feel Good Challenge. Once they finish that Feel Good Challenge, then they're ready. Okay. Because it's so hard to change when someone says, oh, yeah, change your diet, change the way you eat. You took your whole life to get where you are. So it's not going to happen overnight. So if you prefer to do a group setting, we have the 38 Feel Good Challenge, but I do individual consultations.
And for somebody that's trying to get pregnant or something, do you have things that help them with them?
I do. Luckily, there's the 3 extra new people on the earth because of some of the practices we've done, and I'm so proud of that. So, yes. But you just have to be willing to you have to be willing to pay the self-care price and know that there is an investment that has to be paid in order to reap those things you're looking for. And not just monetary. I'm not even speaking really necessarily about monetary, but just, doing some sacrificing. And then also being gentle with yourself that you're going to mess up, that you're going to make mistakes, that you're going to fall off the horse. I do it all the time. This is what keeps me humble and compassionate.
That's what doctors practice and lawyers practice.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it up.
Yes, exactly.
Makes perfect. Camille, thank you so much. I really don't you know I really appreciate you, and I honor the work that you're doing, and you did brilliantly today. Thank you.
And it's an honor to be here, and I can't wait to be back on the show, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad to be a part of this special time we're in.
Oh, we're definitely going to bring you back, without a doubt, 100%. You can count on it. And I want to bring in this caller, 323. I want you to say hi and where you're calling from. You don't got to do anything else. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hi, gorgeous Deidre.
Hey, I'm gorgeous because you're gorgeous.
Case what a no one, sister.
Yes, what a wonderful reflection. So tell everybody who we're speaking to, where you're calling from.
Yvette from California.
There you go. Of course, I know you, but I want to come from your voice. Supposed to be like, but I appreciate you. I want you to know I love you.
I love you, too. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, you guys, we have 25, 24, 23. You're listening to Deidre Hawthorne, and the show's Epiphany, and we do this, we haven't been doing it lately, but we're going to go back to doing it every single week, and just look out for it. Add us to your favorites if you haven't done so. And I want you to know that I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
The universe's #1 consciously expanding, enlightening talk show with your host, Deidre Howard. It's safe for you to be powerful now. Thank you for listening to Epiphany.